make closing statements. So you each have 2 minutes. So Ms. Audrey Yu. I know that Hong Kong people like Hong Kong to move forward in respect of its political development. In fact, I share such sentiments. So you may ask why I do not support the government's package. Making half a step forward is better than a standstill. Have you come across salesmen who sound very sincere? They're telling you that you should join a club, you should join a scheme, and if you do not join that scheme, then that would be a great loss. And then because of his sincerity, you make the deal. But then, you know, after you've made the deal, it's difficult to turn back. So we're talking about very solemn matter. If you make a wrong step, there's no turning back. The functional constituencies were introduced in 1985, and since then we have only seen an increase, no decrease in the number of functional constituencies. The government is asking us to increase the number of small circles, so smallest of small circles, and I have to live up to the next generation. I would rather have a standstill than making a wrong step. I am a very pragmatic person. I know that in politics we need compromise, but then, while we may need to compromise, we also have to adhere to our principles. I am not asking for a perfect proposal. I'm not saying that we should achieve our goal overnight, but then we have come a long way since 07, 08, and we have to wait for another 10 years. And so I think at least the government has the duty to tell us that it's worthwhile waiting, and what we are waiting for is genuine universal suffrage, and that we'll be given a roadmap on universal suffrage, which will lead to the abolition of functional constituencies. But we've waited for an hour. We haven't got an answer. You should do your job well, but I'm confident in Hong Kong people. If we fight for democracy and universal suffrage, we will succeed.
Mr. Chief Executive, for many years, the dispute over constitutional reform has unsettled Hong Kong people. A lot of emotions have been involved, including people's trust in our country, in the government, and me, as well as their trust in the pursuit of democracy. To break this deadlock, all those involved in public administration must show their commitment and make clear their support for this reform package. In 2005, the pan-democratic bloc joined forces to veto the reform package. As a result, the community paid a high price. If the pan-democrat camp continues to oppose for the sake of opposing, then Hong Kong will be doomed to stay put. Empty talk and refusal to move ahead will not lead to democracy, and in fact will not lead Hong Kong anywhere. Universal suffrage is our common goal. It's important for us to forsake rhetoric and take a solid step forward, which will allow the central government, the Hong Kong SAR government, the Hong Kong people, the pan-democrats, and pro-establishment camp to set off for universal suffrage. I've already secured a timetable for universal suffrage. The CE and LegCo may be elected by universal suffrage in 2017 and 2020, respectively. The door to universal suffrage is open. Our journey towards greater democracy can begin. On our shoulders rests the hopes of 7 million people in Hong Kong. We have nothing to fear, but we have to seize every minute and every second that is left to go as far as we can and to achieve as much as we possibly can. To colleagues in the pan-democratic camp and to all members of the LegCo, your support for the constitutional reform package on June the 23rd may seem like a small step, yet history will prove that it is a giant leap forward for our democratic development, and Hong Kong people will remember your courage today and on June the 23rd. Thank you very much, Hong Kong, and thank you very much, the people of Hong Kong. Right, that brings us to the end of the debate. Once again, I'd like to thank the Chief Executive, Mr. Donald Tsang, and the Honourable Ms. Audrey Yu. Thank you, and goodbye.